All right, today we're going to break down some seriously powerful, maybe even a little controversial, financial advice for anyone in their 20s who's looking to get ahead. And the core idea, well, it's pretty simple. You might need to forget everything you thought you knew about saving money.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This statement goes against pretty much everything our parents and teachers have ever told us about money. But listen, this isn't about being reckless, not at all. It's about being strategic. The idea here is that saving tiny amounts of money is way less effective than investing that same money in the one asset that can actually make you wealthy. And that asset is you.
So this first idea, it's a fundamental shift in how you should be looking at your career and your money right now. Your 20s are, they're unique. The skills and the knowledge that you build in this decade, they're going to compound for the rest of your life. It is all about playing the long game. So the first mistake to avoid is just prioritizing all the wrong things. Seriously, flexing on social media with stuff you can't really afford, that just buys you validation from other broke 20-year-olds. But the people who are genuinely successful, the ones you actually want to impress, they're not looking at your watch. They want to see you hustling, learning, and investing in yourself. That is what earns real respect. And this leads us right into the next mistake. Don't take a job just for a few extra $1,000 a year. That's trying to cash in way, way too early. See, jobs that pay a premium right now are paying you for the skills you already have. The real gold, the real opportunity, is in the jobs that pay you to acquire new skills. That's where the massive exponential growth comes from down the line. So it really all just comes down to this. You've got to understand what season of life you're in and then act accordingly. The big paychecks, they will come, for sure. But they're only going to come if you dedicate this time right now to building a super strong foundation. You just can't skip this step. Okay, so how does this whole mindset shift actually translate into a practical system for your money, right? I mean, if you're not saving, what are you supposed to be doing instead? Well, you're investing, but not in the stock market, not yet anyway. You're investing in your number one asset. The goal here isn't to just save dollars. The goal is to invest those dollars into the one thing that can actually multiply them, your own earning capacity. Just think about it for a second. An extra $10,000 invested in new skills this year. Maybe it's a coding boot camp, maybe a sales certification. That could lead to you earning an extra $50,000 every single year for the rest of your career. I mean, the return on that, it's incomparable. So here is a simple 3-step system to make this happen. First, you prioritize. Before you pay your rent, before you buy groceries, you decide how much is going into your self-investment fund. Second, you automate it. Set up a transfer so that money moves without you even having to think about it. And third, you manualize your casual spending. Use cash. Seriously, it actually kind of hurts a little to hand over physical money, and that feeling makes you way more intentional about your purchases. You can't improve what you don't measure. You have to confront reality to change it. I know for a lot of people, looking at their bank account is painful, so they avoid it. But making it a simple daily habit, just checking it every single morning, it forces you to get a real pulse on your finances and keeps you totally aware of where every single dollar is going. Okay, and this leads to a really crucial idea: structuring your daily life to support this whole financial philosophy. Your growth isn't just about what you do at work, It's about the entire ecosystem you build around yourself. Here's a powerful mental model. Try measuring your purchases not in dollars, but in the hours of your life it took to earn them. That $100 shirt, that's not $100. That's 5 hours of your life you are never, ever getting back. That $15 lunch, that cost you 45 minutes of work. When you start framing it this way, you start asking, is this purchase really worth that much of my time? And here's a bit of a contrarian idea that builds on that whole time is money concept. A lot of the time, your time is actually more valuable than the money you'd save by cooking, right? If it takes you 90 minutes to shop, cook, and then clean up for a meal you could just buy for $15, you've essentially paid yourself less than $10 an hour for that chore. It's often smarter to just work an extra hour and buy back your time. The people you live with and the location you choose, they can either drain your energy or they can accelerate your progress. It's so important to surround yourself with people who are on the same mission. And yeah, maybe pay a little more to live somewhere convenient, close to a gym, close to work, close to healthy food. The time and the mental energy you save is worth so much more than the extra rent. I know, this all sounds really intense, and it brings up a super obvious question about balance. Like, is the goal to just grind 24/7 with no enjoyment? No, not at all. But there's a smart way to spend on fun and
Well, a dumb way.
So this final piece of the puzzle, it adds a really crucial layer of nuance to this whole strategy. It's all about recognizing that some opportunities are unique to this specific time in your life.
Look, it's not about never spending money. It's about spending on the right things. Bad spending is dropping hundreds of dollars every single weekend on stuff you won't even remember in a month. Good spending is on a one-time experience that you will never be able to replicate, like backpacking through a continent or going to that huge music festival. Those are the things that create lifelong memories, and they are absolutely worth the investment.
So the main takeaway here is to shift your focus. Stop trying to save your way to wealth by pinching pennies. Instead, start investing and investing aggressively in the skills, the knowledge, and the experiences that are going to increase your earning capacity for the rest of your life. And that leaves us with this final question. What is the single best investment you can make in yourself starting this month?